I destroyed an entire level in Donkey Kong Bananza, and it didn't go nearly how I thought it would. There was excitement, discovery, and even heartbreak. Okay, but seriously, I decided to sink hours of my life into destroying this entire level, and I'm not even sure why. So to start, I had to decide which level I wanted to destroy. I wanted something that was relatively flat so I could focus more on annihilating the terrain and less on traversing the world. In the end, I settled on sublayer 200, the hilltop layer, because it seemed relatively straightforward and simple. And if I wasn't such an idiot, it probably would have been. I decided to begin by smashing this gigantic banana statue and quickly found out that DK himself wasn't going to cut it. So I started exploring the various Bananza transformations to see which was best for complete and utter destruction. It's clearly the elephant. Like, it's not even close. Not even a little bit. The elephant is so far ahead of the other transformations that it's not even funny. After deciding the elephant was the best path forward, I got to work. And by the end of the day, I had made some pretty good progress. And I wasn't even tired of the monotonous inhaling and destruction. And here it comes. The biggest mistake I could have made. I assumed that since the game has a reset layer feature, that by saving the game it would keep my progress, and I could come back the next day and keep at it. I assumed wrong. When I got back the next day, everything was reset. All of my progress wiped. At this point, I honestly just wanted to give up and not continue, but I couldn't let this silly monkey game beat me, so I restarted. And this time, I made sure I had every upgrade for the elephant so I could come back with an absolute vengeance. I started on the opposite side of the island and I went to town. I was reinvigorated and ready to go. These upgrades made the elephant somehow even better than before, and I was absolutely destroying everything in sight. I spent a good part of the day just carving up the island and trying to regain the bit of myself I lost when I realized that I had to start over. Surprisingly, by the end of the day, I made some really good progress. I felt good about where I was, so I called the day a win and hopped off. The next day, I got back at it and decided to try something a little different. Because honestly, at this point, I was starting to get tired of this constant, mindless destruction. Sure, it's satisfying watching this big green and purple gorilla transform into an elephant and inhale everything, but it seemed like the terrain just kept going on and on and on.
The road goes on forever and the party never ends.
Still, I had to persevere. I had to go on. So, I cut a peace sign into the terrain. As I chunked away at the peace sign, I made tunnels, I grabbed a few bananas I hadn't gotten, and really did anything I could to pass the time, while also inhaling everything. And it worked. Before I knew it, I was getting closer to the finish. I had the end in sight. By now, I had destroyed the village and every main area on the island, except for one. The final boss. The dreaded giant bananas. I faced down this monstrosity one last time, and then I got to work. But this time, I was upgraded and ready to go. And honestly, I made pretty short work of these damn bananas. A little bit of cleanup and making sure everything was as clear as possible, and boom, I did it. After starting, suffering through the great reset, and pulling myself back together, I had finally overcame this silly little island and destroyed an entire level in Donkey Kong Bananza. I would like to say this was a great journey, and I can't wait to do it again, but I'm definitely not doing that again. So what sub-level would you guys like to see me do next?